Mastering English, in which, and, on which, as alternatives to when. Hello, dear learners. Welcome back to our series on mastering the English language. Today we'll be discussing an interesting aspect of relative adverbs, specifically, how to use in which and on which as alternatives to when in relative clauses. This topic may seem a bit complex at first glance, but don't worry, we're going to break it down step by step for you. Let's dive in. To begin with, let's clarify what we mean by in which and on which. These phrases are typically used as relative adverbs to provide more information about a specific time or date that was previously mentioned in a sentence. They can often be used interchangeably with the word when. Let's look at some examples. I remember the day when I first met you. I remember the day on which I first met you. Both sentences convey the same meaning, but using on which can sound more formal and is often used in written English. In which and on which are generally used when the speaker wants to emphasize the time or place where the event happened. They can give your sentences a slightly more sophisticated or formal tone, and are particularly common in academic or formal written English. Here are some examples. This is the year when we moved to New York. This is the year in which we moved to New York. While both sentences are correct, the second sentence using in which can be preferred in more formal contexts. The best way to master this topic is through practice. So, here are a few sentences for you to try converting from when to in which or on which. 1. Do you remember the day when we went to the beach? 2. The year when we graduated was a memorable one. 3. That's the moment when everything changed. Take your time, convert these sentences, and compare your answers with our suggestions below. 1. Do you remember the day on which we went to the beach? 2. The year in which we graduated was a memorable one. 3. That's the moment in which everything changed. We hope you found this video helpful in understanding how to use in which and on which as alternatives to when. Just remember, there's no hard rule about when to use these alternatives. It often comes down to the formality of the context and your personal style. Keep practicing, and you'll soon get a feel for it. Thanks for watching, and happy learning!